Hello and welcome to Professional Academy 2050. Today we're going to talk about a very popular and world renowned topic regarding business and career. The title of the topic is The Buddha and the Badass: The Secret Spiritual Art of Succeeding at Work by Vishen Lakhiani. What's inside? Well, unlock the universal secret of success that will help you thrive at work, find inner peace, and build healthy relationship with others. What you will learn: how to sell your ideas to people, whether money can buy happiness, the power of visualization, ways to create a comfortable workplace. Key points: number 1, break the rules of the business world. Number 2, take your inner guide seriously. Number 3, bringing your vision to life. Number 4, lighten up the atmosphere in the office. Number 5, what lies at the core of success. Number 6, always aim for the stars. And 7, will hit the conclusion. A little side note about the author, Vishen Lakhiani. Vishen Lakhiani is a prosperous businessman, author, and a TED speaker. He's the founder of Mind Valley, an organization that specializes in personal growth and spirituality. Let's begin. The Buddha and the Badass: break the rules of the business world. When someone asks you to describe success, what is the first thing that springs to mind? Is it having millions in the bank, a CEO position at Silicon Valley company, or owning real estate somewhere in Monte Carlo? If your answer is close to these options, don't bash yourself for being that predictable. There is nothing wrong with wanting recognition and stability. Everyone wants to let their hand down without worrying about money and paying bills. If you start looking for a secret recipe for success in the memories of business people and industry moguls, you will always find these two words: hard work. Well, to a certain extent, this conventional wisdom is true. Hard work does pay off, but is there any other way to prosper without hustling, losing touch with families and friends, and being on the verge of a mental breakdown? Is it possible to build a business based on not on mainstream concepts, but on your core ideas? Sure it is. And it boils down to combining the Buddha and a badass attitude in your work. The Buddha's mindset may not necessarily relate to the literal religious teachings. It is more about using the potential of the inner world. The person that implements this attitude is self aware, calm, and playful. Conversely, the badass is an enthusiast who likes to bring change and question established norms. Combine these two, and you get an innovative mind whose human values and work principles strongly align. Do you want to know how to reach this level in your work? Then check out this summary. It will teach you how to find joy in what you do and achieve prompt results. I want to emphasize this next sentence: work as if you play, with ease and enthusiasm. After a while, you will notice good things coming your way. Take your inner guide seriously. Have you ever felt a sudden urge to do something, to take that job offer, to move to another city, or to turn right inside instead of left on a highway? It was a hunch you couldn't explain, but it led you to do something exciting and remarkable. Congratulations, you heard your inner voice speaking to you. There is a reason why you exist, a purpose you must fulfill in this universe, and your inner voice serves as a guide if you swerve off the right track. The problem with modern society is that some people silence their intuition. They hesitate to define their values, so called soul print, and stay true to themselves. They find it easier to follow the community's lead and to fade into other people's ideas and preferences. I want to emphasize the next quotation from Carl Jung: Until you make the conscious unconscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Again, I want to repeat that one more time. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Almost every business starts by outlining the company's values. And here comes the first mistake entrepreneurs make. They fail to differentiate their foundational values and corporate ones. The former should come from the owner or mastermind behind the business. For example, many companies' founders prioritize racial diversity in their work environment. As they put it, they don't want other people to experience the same racism they once endured. Foundational values stem from the childhood or early adulthood of the founder and reflect the aspirations and struggles they faced earlier in life. On the other hand, organizational values emerge as people come to work together. These are the rules that the whole team can develop and agree on, which may evolve with time. If you want your enterprise to be an eye catching, base it on your foundational values. Therefore, your competitors will have zero chances of copying your approach. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple Corporation, transformed how people see gadgets by making them aesthetically pleasing. Oprah Winfrey revolutionized the sphere of talk shows by focusing on personal healing rather than gossip and scandals. I want to emphasize the next sentence. Develop a story behind your business idea, give it a personal touch, and show the world why it is so special. Foundational values can apply to your career even if you're not a CEO. Incorporate your core principles into your professional life by treating people with kindness, making your colleagues smile, or being an active listener. By doing so, you can transform your work environment. Next up, bringing your vision to life. Although not all ideas can become a reality, don't hesitate to take your shot. If you already have a concept in mind but need to know where to begin, start by hiring the right people. Ease your worries about lack of expertise. Your team will help you with organizational challenges and you will determine the course of action together. But how do you find colleagues genuinely passionate about the business and its growth? I want to emphasize the next phrase. Even if you hesitate about the positive outcome of your venture, believe that everything will work out. It will manifest your success. Instead of relying solely on publishing job advertisements, post a manifesto of your company online. Choose whatever structure you like and outline how you imagine your enterprise and how valuable it will be for the world and community. Another powerful technique would be to sketch the next 3 years. It is a specific time frame that covers all the crucial achievements you can get. As practice shows, those who devise a 1 year vision usually fail to meet their expectations. Drop cliches and robotic phrases. Instead, be emotional about your idea. Potential employees will notice your eagerness and great expectations. Some will be naturally drawn to your values and aspirations. Embrace the pure Buddha approach. Things meant for you will always find you. Identify the big why behind the company. Why should everyone use your products? What makes them so exceptional? With these answers in mind, you will find it easier to inspire people around you. Take a look at Starbucks. They created a worldwide network of cafes so that once you're abroad, you can see a familiar logo and jump in to grab some coffee. Starbucks' distinctive feature is that baristas write people's names on the coffee cups. This personal touch makes customers feel recognized as individuals rather than mere clients. But what about traditional spheres of business? Is it possible to make building materials or auto repair inspiring? Absolutely. Thinking about it from the human perspective, your company can create workplaces for people with little experience who may not have an opportunity in big corporations. Alternatively, you may initiate a volunteering center where you and your employees can help those in need. It will bring a unique charm to your enterprise. Next up, lighten up the atmosphere in the office. It is in human DNA to crave social interaction. Just as the ancient people feared being abandoned by their tribe, the same is true for any person in the 21st century. They need to be part of a social gathering or work community and feel seen and appreciated. Unfortunately, the corporate world works differently. Many companies cultivate that strict professional aura around them. There is no place for emotionality, jokes, and close relationships. This robotic attitude would work for machines, but not humans. Creating a safe space for our colleagues should be your main priority if you are the business owner or CEO. Here are 5 techniques that might help you release tension among employees. Number 1, encourage friendships. Harmonious relationships with colleagues boost people's productivity. They wake up every morning excited about going to work and reconnecting with their friends there. Introduce social events like Friday parties or team building activities to your agenda. You will notice how people start breaking the ice. Provide support. Create specific group chats for people who might feel overwhelmed with work and need stimulation. If they want to share about a task that seems too difficult for them or need advice regarding the new project, it is the perfect place. Number 3, promote vulnerability. Your employee can go through heartbreak or lose a close person and project these negative feelings into their professional life. Encourage your colleagues to share their concerns, but do not put much pressure on them. For example, if a problem is too personal, they could send a memo mentioning that they are experiencing a rough time. Number 4, pass on positivity. Infect people around you with your optimism, good vibes, and energy. Implement weekly or monthly gatherings into your company schedule whether your team can celebrate its achievements and dreams for the future. And number 5, show simple kindness. Brighten the workday of your colleagues with a fun activity. The concept is similar to Secret Santa, but each person becomes a secret angel for another employee. During the week, they do small deeds, for example, leaving an encouraging note on the table or buying a favorite snack for each other. On Friday, angels reveal their identities. I want to emphasize the next phrase. If your employees start bonding with each other, it is a good sign that your company unites people with same values. Did you know people with work besties tend to be 7 times more interested in their work than their colleagues? Up next, what lies at the core of success? Contrary to popular belief, most millionaires don't feel rich. It is a curious paradox as they have luxurious villas, private jets, and brand new cars. Accumulating wealth does not quench their thirst for perfection. So, where is it found? Fulfillment comes with personal and professional growth and a transformation of worldview. There are people on this planet who possess both wealth and inner peace. As they describe it, they do not perceive money as scarce material or something to fight for. They do not chase it, but take it when needed. I want to quote Vishen Lakania. Your soul isn't here to achieve. Your soul he is here to grow. Most people get this wrong. They become seduced by success and broken by failure. The transformation can happen to you in 2 scenarios. The first, known as Kansho, is painful yet surprisingly effective. It includes experiencing an unpleasant event or failure. For instance, consider a scenario where a friend betrays you. While it's undoubtedly heartbreaking, such an experience can provide valuable lessons about whom to trust and how to spot warning signs in friendships. You might go through a painful divorce process, but it gives you insight into how to build your relationships. The second option, Satori, is to acquire wisdom by observing others, noting their mistakes, and studying their path to success. It may happen while reading their memoirs of great personalities or celebrities. I want to emphasize the next phrase. Growth and transformation in the workplace are prerequisites to business success. Here are some approaches to help you transform your work environment and inspire people to grow. You might suggest these changes to your manager or CEO if you are a subordinate. Number one, respect morning time. Let your employees come to work later than 9 a.m. They can spend their morning meditating, sleeping, or walking. Number two, prioritize sleep. The more restless employees are, the more they lack the energy to perform tasks. Thus, they require more sick leaves and days off. Please do not hold important meetings too early so everyone can recharge their batteries. Number three, suggest meditation. Not everyone is a big fan of spirituality, so do not force it. Allow those who want to meditate to take pauses for their practices. And number four, introduce educational programs. Every employee should have a chance to grow in other spheres. Allocate the budget to provide courses and workshops for your colleagues. It will make them broad minded and creative. Up next, always aim for the stars. A group of scientists conducted an experiment involving fleas. They put these insects into an open jar, and as expected, the fleas jumped out. When researchers put the top on, fleas always jumped, but only to the height of the lid. However, when the cap was gone, the insects did not hop higher than the lid line and stayed at the same level. The human mind works the same way. It creates invisible barriers and limits when, in reality, everything is possible. Prominent leaders and visionaries stand out because they always dream big. They produce ideas many find fantastic and absurd, yet human judgment does not stop them from taking action. Surprisingly enough, the outlandish concept is easier to execute. It is a magnet for people who think outside of the box. Take a look at Elon Musk's project on Mars colonization. Space travel is not new, but migration to another planet? That sounds like something straight out of a sci fi movie. Elon Musk is making it a reality. He is gathering talented people from around the world willing to write history. The fundamental mindset shift occurs when you realize that failure is inevitable and even necessary. It is part of the journey, and you should expect it in your plans. Create a new rule for yourself. Ensure half of your goals have equal chances for failure and success. This way you spare yourself for future shame and distress. You subconsciously allow your intentions to go wrong. I want to emphasize the next phrase. Failure is the best teacher. It makes you resilient, flexible, and wise. Avoid being an indefinite optimist. This term defines someone who has big aspirations. They hope the world will change for the better, but at the same time, they do not take responsibility for their dreams. Define Definite optimists, on the other hand, are bold and assertive. They have a clear vision of their goal. Their manifestos detail all the components they must achieve in 3, 5, or 10 years. Be specific in your plans. State the number of employees you desire or the names of the countries to which you want to expand your business. And finally, the conclusion. Generally, every working person exists in two distinct states: acceleration, and navigation. The former is when you're busy turning your ideas into reality. You get immersed in coding, writing, or producing designs. Be careful not to push too hard at this point, you might be burned out. Navigation is about brainstorming, planning for the future, and seeking new opportunities and niches. The ideal state lies somewhere between those two, a place that perfectly balances work and vision, the Buddha and the badass. Adopting such a mentality takes work. It is more than habit or attitude. You must question and reshape your identity. If you're eager to upgrade yourself, consider these three steps. Number one, visualize your perfect life. You can identify yourself with different professions like a doctor, a teacher, or an actor. But if you doubt your role in this life, look inwards and try to find your authentic self. Take a piece of paper and describe your perfect day or month. This information will help you determine your optimal lifestyle. Number two, unlock a new identity. Assess yourself using four perspectives: health, creativity, abundance, and love. By knowing how good you are at relationships with people or how easily you can restore your power after a stressful week, you can address your weak and strong points and improve your quality of life. And number three, change your worldview. Instead of making affirmations like I am amazing or I am an innovative person, start asking yourself questions. Why am I so inventive? What makes me so smart? This technique will trick your mind into looking for proof. Your brain will find the evidence for you, boosting your self esteem and changing how you see yourself. Try this. You should you should you should you should tell yourself I love you every day rather than expecting such words from others. Become the person you love the most. That concludes our topic for today. I'll see you in the next one. Until such time, please subscribe our channel Professional Academy 2050. Drop a like for this video and push the notification icon so you will get notified by hitting the bell icon every time we have an updated new video. See you in the next one. Bye.